Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to another video here on the Full Fishing Guide Service page. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button down below. We greatly appreciate you tuning in every week to every video we launch. But, exciting, today we're talking about swim jigs. It's becoming one of my absolute favorite techniques. We're gonna dive into my favorite rod, reel, line, and swim jig, plus trailers to help you put a lot more bass in the boat. Let's get after it. Now, one of the few things that people overlook when throwing a swim jig is how great of a bait they are when fishing around docks. They skip well, you can twitch them like the Alabama twitch, slow crawl them, burn them, and you're gonna get bit no matter how you throw a swim jig.
You're better than that, buddy. There's one. That's a pretty dang good one.
He swallowed that working man swim jig. That was fun.
All right, first, let's start with what swim jigs I like to use. And it's pretty clear-cut favorite. It's gonna be the Beast Coast Working Man Swim Jig. 1/4 ounce, 5/16. You can't go wrong with it. Now there's basically 3 variations of colors that you need. Really, it's 2 variations, but an additional one in each. So I love this Dirty Money color. It's green pumpkin, a little blue in it. You can't beat any type of green pumpkin or black and blue swim jig. That's gonna be your bluegill variation. Next, it's going to be your shad imitators. Your elixir, actually I think this one's the juice, yeah. So either the juice or elixir, which is white, or you can have your chartreuse shad, which are great colors to have to complement a shad spawn bite down in the south, or when we have shad that are moving up in the shallows later on in the summer, early fall, or immediate post spawn. There's really no bad time to throw a swim jig, to be honest. You can basically throw it anywhere you want. You can throw it out deep and slow crawl through weeds. You can fish it in lily pads on braid. You can throw it underneath boat docks, as you saw here a second ago. You can change up all kinds of different jig trailers or swim bait trailers to add on. So we're gonna get into those here shortly. My favorite trailers for the swim jigs and exactly how I work the bait. So in this particular situation on this lake, the water was actually up like 2 feet, I would say, from previous rainfalls. And all this timber and shoreline cover that I'm fishing normally is sticking out of the water. So I thought it was a good idea to make short, fast, precise casts. And that's the beauty of a swim jig. It allows you to fish as quick as you want or as slow as you want. So some of them I'm just slow, like twitching and reeling for a couple seconds and burning it in and getting it in the boat, or shaking it in place. By shaking it in place, it allows me to hover that swim jig almost right in front of the fish's face in the prime spots in the habitat that they're living. So for instance, I'm about to get bit here and I threw it in and basically shook it over top of a knot in a tree where you have an arm come off and it's an under submerged log, and the fish came right out of that knot because I basically held it there for a half second longer, and that's when he came up and grabbed it.
He was up there in the dirt shallow. Gee. Wow. Another decent guy. He freaking had to have it too.
Now with trailers, you have all kinds of different options you can choose from. You can go from a swim bait to a craw to like a swim Senko, some type of twin tail grub or beaver style bait, and they're all gonna put a bunch of fish in the boat. Now, if I had to choose 2 or 3 favorites, it's gonna be like a 3.3 Kitech, Cast Prodigy, or Big Bite Swimmer, or a Zoom Ultra Speed Craw. And then a third one would be a twin tail grub, which is one that I don't throw very often. I used to throw for river smallmouth when I was kayaking or out canoeing with my uncle way back in the day. And it's obviously something I probably should pick up again. There's been tournaments won on it, like out of La Crosse on the Mississippi, fishing underhang trees way back in the day when it was the FLW. And yeah, the swim jig is just one of the most versatile lures that you can throw to catch bass. Now, one of the most overlooked aspects of throwing any type of jig, specifically a swim jig, is trimming up your skirting material. Now, one of the most overlooked aspects to jig fishing is actually modifying and trimming up your skirt material. By doing this, it allows your trailer to flow more freely.
That's a good one too.
On a swimmer tank.
Dude, look how he choked that. That was fun. I friggin' ripped his face off.
I felt it come off the grass, and then my line went like 3-foot jump. I was like, yep, I know what that is. Now, one of the most overlooked aspects to jig fishing is actually modifying and trimming up your skirt material. By doing this, it allows your trailer to flow more freely due to pulling that skirting material away from whatever the tail or pinchers are on the craw bait. So this is going to be a jig that I trimmed up for a 3.3 Big Bite Swimmer. And this is what the finished product is going to look like after it's all done, before you rig it up on your favorite swim jig setup. And we're going to move on to my favorite one here in 1 minute. All right, let's dive into my setups here. You can go 2 ways, braid or fluorocarbon. If you're gonna go braid, 30 or 40 pound test, P-line, no fade braid would probably be the best option, so you don't have to worry about coloring your line or the braid fading out on you. My personal setup is always 100% fluorocarbon, and we will start there. I use Berkley Trilene 100% fluorocarbon in 17 pound tests, and everything is going to be linked down below, from the swim jigs to the trailers that I listed before. Forgot to mention that at the beginning, but here it is, your friendly reminder to go down in the description down below, click on the links, it'll take you over to Omnia, and you can save some money by typing in the code. But Berkley 100% Trilene fluorocarbon 17 pound test I found works underneath docks, in trees, through the grass, sparse grass, when throwing a swim jig. My real more expensive is going to be a Daiwa Zillion 8-to-5 gear ratio, and I'm going to be throwing it on an Alpha Angler Zilla or Zilla 2.0. Now, the reason why I go with the Alpha Angler Zilla 2.0 is that it is an extremely versatile rod. You can throw many different techniques on it with many different line sizes. But the things that I love about it is that it comes with Fuji guides. It has a Fuji reel seat. It's super light. It has this beautiful deep parabolic bend in the rod when setting the hook or wrenching fish out of grass. You can keep them really pinned really well. You can throw just about anything from it. On it, from like a Lake Texas rig all the way to frog with 50-pound braid and flip with 3/4 ounce weights. That link is going to be down there as well for you to head over to the Alpha Angler website if you want to check out all of their products. They make great rods. It's the rods that all of my clients use on their boat, but it's just become my favorite overall rod. As we go through the series and I talk about certain baits, you're going to notice that I probably mentioned the Alpha Angler Zilla or 2.0 or even the Zilla Vader, which is a rod that they don't make anymore, quite a few times. All right, well, thanks for tuning in to this week's video here on the Full Fishing Guide Service page. As always, smash that subscribe button down there below. Leave a comment if you love swim jig fishing or whatever your favorite swim jig is. Also leave a comment if you just love bass fishing. Yes or no would suffice. I appreciate for you tuning in and staying with us this long through the video. Be on the lookout for more content weekly here on the Full Fishing Guide Service page, and we'll catch everyone next time.